You've heard the saying, taking care of one of your own, but what does that really mean? We're going to talk about that today. Hi there, I'm Angela Brown, and this is Ask a House Cleaner. This is a show where you get to ask a house cleaning question, and I get to help you find an answer. Now, there's a very interesting scenario happening right now in the house cleaning industry where we get to take care of one of our own. I'm going to share with you what that is. It's called the Juno Summit, and there's a little girl named Juno who has just been diagnosed with leukemia. This is a fundraiser for her and her medical treatments. Now, her mother, Lambert Smith, is an icon in the cleaning industry. She's a philanthropist, she's a humanitarian, and she has dedicated an enormous amount of her career helping other cleaning business owners establish and grow their careers. So in this moment of, oh my goodness, my whole world was just ripped apart, it's taking her off the front line of her business to tend to her daughter's care. Now, this is interesting because this could happen to any of us in the house cleaning industry. So the question is, if something like this were to happen to you, have you established relationships with people in the industry that would help take care of one of their own? Okay, that's the real question. Have you done networking and have you established these relationships? Because right now, everybody's coming together to help out in this situation. It's called the Juno Summit, and it's taking place in Fort Collins, Colorado, April 23rd, 24th, and 25th of 2020. All right, so what it is a whole group of training coaches and consultants to the house cleaning industry that are going to be helping house cleaners boost and grow their businesses. So it's this power-packed couple of days where all of the money that comes in for the ticket sales are going to the medical care for Laura Lambert Smith's daughter, Juno. So it's really heart-wrenching that this would happen, but the reality is it could happen to any of us. So as a special guest today, we have Laura's sister, who is also a house cleaner, and she runs Clean Queen Denver, which is a cleaning company there in Denver, Colorado. And her name is Katie Lambert, and she's going to be sharing with us the updates and all the things we can expect from the Juno Summit. Please help me welcome Katie Lambert.
On November 12th, we all got the call that nobody would ever want to get. My sister, actually, she was on an airplane. She was on her way to a conference for her handyman business that she had at the time. And she texted me, the doctors think Juno has leukemia. That just stopped everybody in their tracks. What do you say to that? She got on a plane straight back to Denver right away. I told my dad and my sister, and we all just got together that night and waited. I think it was probably about almost midnight or something like that when they finally got the diagnosis that she had leukemia. So it was very, very scary. None of us knew what to expect. And we all just rushed to the hospital the next day.
For those that don't know, how old is Juno, and had she been sick leading up to this, or what were the signs or symptoms?
So Juno's 8 years old. And as far as I know, she had been sick for a couple of weeks, with strep throat, but nobody thought it was anything more than that. She's just a normal, happy-go-lucky kid, but she had been down a little with with a little bit of sickness. So when Laura dropped her off at her dad's that day when she was going to the airport, she told Juno's dad to take her to the doctor because obviously the strep wasn't going away. So dad took her to the doctor, and then they rushed her to the local hospital at Poudre Valley Hospital. And that's when they got the lab work back that said it could either be a deep infection or it could be cancer. And then they took her and put her on an ambulance to Children's Hospital. It's just something that you never expect, you never think will ever happen. The next day we got to the hospital, and there's never any good news with cancer, but we got probably the best diagnosis you could get with leukemia, B-Cell ALL. It was 98% remission. The kids never, ever see cancer again in their life. So we were all feeling pretty good, knowing that it's still going to be a long 3-year road, but at least it has a very good outcome. Well, about a week later, they got the test back to show that she actually has a very rare form of leukemia. She had the Philadelphia chromosome, which is actually a genetic thing. That changed everything. It went from, a very regimented course of treatment and a very, very high remission rate to just a much scarier prognosis. Thank God there's been some medication out in the past, I think 10 years that really improved the prognosis of this diagnosis. It went from a 20% remission rate to an 80%. So we're very hopeful, very, very hopeful for that. Ever since this happened, I've gotten this really strong feeling that I know that she's going to be okay. So I'm happy about that. There's just so much, to come with all this. It's not only worrying about the child, your niece, your daughter, it's also the financial side. I mean, we never knew. You have full coverage healthcare. And then you're told by the doctors to expect at least $100,000 out of pocket per year. And it's a 3-year course. I mean, how does anybody deal with that?
Right. And then, especially as a small business owner, that's an extra added surprise because you have payroll that you have to meet for all of your employees. And your concern is usually taking care of other people. And there's not often the joy of sitting there saying, wait a second, this is all about me now, and I have to take care of myself.
Correct.
I know the Juno Summit is a whole bunch of house cleaners that have come together. Tell us a little bit about what that is and how house cleaners can participate.
With this tragedy, there's really come so many amazing blessings. Our friends have really, really lifted us up and really helped the family a lot, but especially the house cleaning industry. I mean, our industry is just amazing. It's one big family. Laura has been a big member of the industry for a very long time. I think she's been in business 14 years, and she's been a member of the industry the whole time. She is the one that got me involved in the industry, so it's really been amazing. Elena Ladeau, she's one of our good friends from Vegas. She came up with the idea to do the Juno Summit. The idea actually came from about a month before Juno was diagnosed. Laura was raising funds for a project that was close to her heart called the Hope House, which is a house for pregnant teens. And they're building one in Fort Collins. So she decided to come up with her own conference. She was inviting people to All Star. I think she got 20 companies signed up. She raised $60,000 for this organization. But of course, the week later, Juno got diagnosed. She had to cancel it, and she gave everybody their funds back. So Elena was like, wow, I mean, she got all that participation for this. Why don't we recreate this as her friends and have the money going towards Juno's treatment? And so, I mean, it's just been the most amazing idea. And the support we've gotten for it has been incredible. We've had people from all over the industry reach out to us. How can they help? We've had so many people already donate, so many people register. We're over halfway through our registrants already. So if anybody's thinking about coming, definitely decide it's going to be a huge conference. ARCSI reached out, which is our organization, and they wanted to be a sponsor. They wanted to help. They are providing resources for us as far as marketing, and we're just so very grateful for that. All of the speakers have reached out saying they want to help. They're all donating their time, talents. They're paying for themselves to get to Colorado. They're paying for their own hotels. So none of the donation that you're making is going towards the speakers. They're donating their time completely.
One of the things that I think is really exciting about that is these are coaches and consultants in the industry that charge thousands of dollars.
Thousands, yes.
And they're coming together for this week. It's the Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, where they're going to be giving their wisdom, and they're teaching classes, and they're sharing their experience at just whatever the price is for admission. It's not, you're not
Yes.
paying the thousands of dollars per individual person. And so
Correct.
you get to experience all these different experts. I'm just so excited that this is happening.
Me too. I mean, it's gonna be such a big deal. We have Debbie Sardone. She's already been speaking a lot about it. She's a huge coach in the industry. Also, she created Cleaning for a Reason, which is so near and dear to all of our hearts. But yeah, we're so grateful for Debbie. Rohan Gilkes, I'm so excited about him. He has revolutionized our industry with the booking form, and just all the people he's brought into our industry has been amazing. We have Liz Trotter, who's my personal coach, and incredible. I mean, she's just helped me in ways I can't even say. So many incredible people are coming, and they're donating their time and talents to us. So we are forever grateful for them. It's going to be an amazing event. We have a beautiful venue in Fort Collins. It's overlooking the river, downtown Fort Collins. It's right next to New Belgium Brewery, if anybody's familiar with like Fat Tire beer. We're going to have a lot of fun events, as well as the 9 to 5 classes we have for the whole 3 days.
Well, and I've got links that I'm going to put in the show notes to also the GoFundMe campaign, and then a way to register for the Juno Summit. And then I sent emails back and forth with Laura yesterday, and we got a PayPal address where people can just make donations if they're not able to
Good.
attend and they would like to just donate to the cause. And then also I've got an address where we can send cards and letters to Juno if somebody would like to spend a little bit of time and send a card or write a note or send a message of hope or something like that.
Yeah, I just want to say it's been so incredible. Not only the support from the cleaning industry with Juno Summit. I mean, I have friends from college that I haven't talked to in 10 years that have reached out, and their kid in kindergarten raised money to get her a little robot caregiving cat. And they had their whole kindergarten class write letters to her for Christmas. And just amazing things. We've had friends personally reach out to their organizations that they work for and asking their bosses for donations. We've actually had people with no affiliation to us, sending money to Juno for her treatment, which is just such a big blessing. So thank you so much for sharing it, Angela. I so appreciate it.
Alrighty, and that was Katie Lambert of Clean Queen Denver. And I'm going to leave links in the show notes to everything that we talked about, the GoFundMe page, the PayPal account where you can just send a donation, a place where you can send cards and letters, or a place where you can sign up to attend the Juno Summit. So thank you so much for watching today. If you found this helpful, please pass it on to a friend. And if we've earned your subscription, please subscribe. And until we meet again, leave the world a cleaner place than when you found it.